Well, like, I always cry at some point. I would call myself on the verge of tears, but not all the way there. Although apparently talking about it is going to be enough to push me over the edge. Um, yep, there it goes. I st- it's weird to see a video like that, which I think was great. Not having any idea what the lyrics were, if they were about cotton candy, it's a really bad video.
Yeah.
But to see that and think it looks like home. And I want to be clear, I'm a supporter of protesters. I don't support violence, but I understand it. And I'd rather start with systemized violence given the choice. But as far as dealing with things, it's just weird how much it felt like home. Weird how much it felt like, yeah, I get that kind of anger against the system. Song was great. I love the tempo change. Tempo changes up, like BPM goes up, and then we go into halftime. It's freaking genius. And then if you would have told me that hand drums could stand up to metal like that, I would have called you a liar, but they're awesome.
Yeah, it's a great song. The lyrics are actually very similar to what he did on the song Rata Mahata on the Roots album of Sepultura, where it's really largely it's what I would describe as a stream of consciousness, mostly. So the reason the lyrics come across as very staccato is that it's usually he's just listing. He's like saying the name of a place or the name of a thing or the name of a person. And so there's really no like sort of narrative thrust to the song. The first verse of the song is basically sort of like kind of a call to action of just like, I would argue the song is probably more of a call to, just sort of like, just kind of a let's get it started kind of a,
Sure.
It's kind of an amp up kind of a song in general, as opposed to being, though he does mention like one of the staccato lyrics in there is he mentions the tortures, which I guess was something that happened in the 60s or something, where people were getting tortured. But it's just sort of meant to evoke the thing that he screams at the end, which I don't want to attempt the Portuguese, but it's something like poradas or something like that. Is basically just like something along the lines of like, we are heavy metal, like this is heavy country basically. Like so yeah, but I'm with you on that.
Yeah, obviously the groove comes from a very genuine place. Again, you're talking about like, oh well, groove metal, this like, it's like, yeah, but like if your folk has groove, like it makes
exactly
sense.
Yes,
It works. I think it's although groove metal has a big enough presence to be kind of its own genre, I think it would be unfair to not call this folk metal also.
Right. I think the song for sure is. They definitely have songs that aren't. They're
Sure.
not a folk metal band. They're a band that has some folk metal songs in them. So, yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. So we're just two in, and the tears have started. So we'll see where we end up.
All right. So I'm really excited. I actually showed you part of this video. You know a little bit of this next one.
Yes.
So this is a band called Alien Weaponry, and this is really kind of this song sort of explores where they get their band name from. And this song is, I believe, called Kia Tangata. But this is a Maori, New Zealand Maori band. Though it's a three-piece. They're brothers. They're quite young. I think the oldest one when the band started was 17. So I think like they're still probably, at least one of them is still a teenager at this point, because they've only got one album out. They haven't been out for super long. They do look really white, and it's actually interesting to go on the comments on YouTube of their videos and just you see some of the same bullshit that you see in the United States, where people are like, are they like, you're too white to like, are you even Maori? You know what I mean? Like, and they're like great grandfather like fought in a famous Maori war against the British. I think one of their parents is like, I think they're probably like at least a quarter. But again, like, it kind of doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like we get into this obsession with like percentages of blood and it's like they culturally have been raised Maori, and that's the culture that they are, choosing to like have be their the dominant culture of their personal, their identities.
Well, and unlike some famous people in America, like the Maoris say they're Maori, right?
Yes,
So,
for sure. And you're going to see a lot of very, very Maori people in this video because it's a really cool. Basically, so it's a little bit of a violence warning. This is sort of depicting a inter-Maori war between Maoris that had access to rifles and those who didn't. So there's a little bit of it's not over the top violence, but just kind of mild war like violence as they sort of just tell that story through metal.
all right, well, let's check it out.